So today we're going on a trip with Daniel because I wanted to show you just how practical they are, and we're also going on a trip which we both do like. Here's the V11, and actually underneath here there's 2 more unicycles. You can do that with a scooter.
So hi and welcome to Wrong Way, and today I wanted to tell you a couple of reasons why you should buy an electric unicycle. So let me tell you more about it.
Wrong way.
So I've been riding the electric unicycles for around a year and a half maybe now. Started on a Emotion V10 and now you can see me riding on the Emotion V11. In the meantime, I also had own the Gotway Nikola and the Gotway MSS by EUC service. And I'm going to tell you the reasons or the benefits of electric unicycles, not in any particular order, just basically what comes into my mind. So the first thing is portability. There is no other device, no other personal electric vehicle that is as portable as the electric unicycle, and at the same time has a great performance. So I know there are the electric skateboards, but usually they do have just less range than a electric unicycle. There are of course many types of electric unicycles, from smaller ones like the Gotway M10-3 down to bigger ones like the one I'm riding right now, which arguably are rather heavy, like 25-28 kilograms, but with the weight you're getting a lot more than you would get on an electric scooter or an e-bike. The dimensions are also really small, from an M10-3, which basically fits into your backpack, down to a Gotway MSS, which fits into a compartment above where you're sitting in a train or below the seat. It's just super easy to store the vehicle, and if you are not using it, so if you're not riding it, it's super simple because you just use the trolley handle and you don't need to lock it anywhere. You can just go into a shop that basically nobody will bat an eye. And the next reason is performance. Even though you have just one wheel, the electric unicycle is fast. And most importantly, it also has a lot of torque and a great amount of range. The V11 I'm riding right now is maybe not the fastest wheel, but for example the Gotway MSS can go up to 75 kilometers an hour, maybe even faster. I didn't yet dare to go faster on this wheel, but it just has so much performance. It accelerates to 50 kilometers an hour or even 60 kilometers an hour as fast as a 011X. And if you are a particularly well-trained rider, as for example Phantomus, then you can accelerate in 2.8 seconds from 0 to 50 kilometers an hour from a standstill, which is basically not achievable on scooters except for maybe the Ryan. You do also get a lot of range. For example, on this one it's 70 kilometers. On the MSS, once again, you can go 125 kilometers. And on a Veteran Sherman, which is currently on sale, the biggest battery in a EUC, it has 3,200 watt hours, which is bigger than a 65 kilogram scooter, which is the Dualtron X. It's also great at climbing hills, usually better than scooters at the same price, topping out at 40 degrees, for example, on the Kingsong 16X or the Gotway MSP. So if you're a hill climber or you live in a hilly area, it's really great to have a wheel. They are also really capable off-road. For example, here if I go on a dirt path, particularly on a wheel that has suspension, it's really comfortable. It absorbs the shocks well, and even if you don't have suspension, I think it's nicer to go off-road on a wheel than on a scooter, because you just have a big diameter tire, which is 18 inches here, and in the smallest wheel it's 10 inches. And 10 inches in the scooter world is already a bit big. And most electric unicycles start from 14 inches, which is already, in my opinion, way more comfortable than riding a scooter with suspension off-road. And you know, the V11, which I'm riding right now, I mean, it's just so comfortable. For example, you can just also go upstairs like this. It's really incredible how capable these things are. And the next thing is features. And I think that because it's not so easy at the first glance, or at the first time to ride an electric unicycle, manufacturers are convincing you with way more functionality in electric unicycles. So an app is a must in every electric unicycle you buy. It's no matter what brand, Gotway, Kingsong, Emotion, you always get an app with accurate readouts, accurate speed. You can set your alarms and many other functions that are available. If you just watch my video about EUC World, which is linked, I believe here, then you can check out, you know, what's available. But every wheel has a Bluetooth connection and app support. Every wheel has a somewhat decent light, in my opinion, way better than most dual-turn scooters on the market. Every wheel has rear lighting. Most of them also do have some nice, cool RGB lighting. Most wheels also do have speakers, so you can listen to Bluetooth music and your favorite tracks. You can bring it to a party and always have a speaker. All wheels also have a trolley handle, better or worse, but usually you don't need to push it around in a store. You just, you know, open the trolley handle and you can just, you know, trolley it around. They also have a lift sensor, so you can easily just dismount the electric unicycle and, you know, carry it upstairs. It's really a feature-packed device. They also tend to have decent mudguards front and rear and really good weather sealing. So there are no issues with riding in the rain or in the winter. I did around 6,000 kilometers on my Gotway Nikola in the winter in snow, and you know, I never had any issues with that. And if there aren't any mudguards by factory available, like for example on the Gotway MSP, there's a huge market of 3D printed accessories that you can fit on the electric unicycle. Next thing is the ride, and obviously I'm recording this video and I still have a hand free and I'm holding the GoPro here. And when you start, it's not the easiest vehicle to start with, but once you get used to it, it's just like walking or running. You don't think about it, you just lean forwards or lean backwards, and that's everything. And you have a really decent performance. Once again, braking and accelerating is basically the same as on a scooter, and yet you have both of your hands free. You can, you know, check your phone when you're going slow, you know, drink coffee, whatever. You have just two of your hands free. You just control it with the balance, and that's also an awesome ride feel that never gets boring. So even if you do ride like 20 kilometers an hour on an electric unicycle, it's still way more interesting than riding at the same speed on a scooter or a e-bike. And another reason why I bought an electric unicycle personally and didn't buy a scooter at this point, and I spent around, you know, $2,000 on an electric unicycle, is that there's basically no maintenance. You just charge it and you ride. There's no need to align your brakes or, you know, change the brake calipers or whatever. The brake is just electronic, so you just don't do anything with it. The only thing you basically need to do with the EUC is just to change the tire, and depending on your tire, it will be anywhere between 2,000 kilometers and 7,000. It really just depends on the tire. I, for example, have the Gotway MSS, and the tire is still okay after 4,000 kilometers, and at this point I already did change the tire on my Nikola because it was just bald. But other than that, you don't need to do anything with the EUC, so it's even less maintenance than a scooter or a e-bike. The EUC also does have a pretty steep learning curve, but once you master it, there's just so much possibilities. You can go just ride up in the front, or you can brake and you can just go backwards. You can turn on a dime. You can climb curbs, jump off curbs, and it's just easy with the EUC. You can also start jumping with bigger jumps like Phanomas does, and believe me, this guy is absolutely ridiculous. Check out his channel as well. Or you can be like Side Street Rennie and do tricks on it. I mean, the possibilities here are endless. And the great thing is that even maybe if you have ridden for 5,000 kilometers, there's always a lot of new stuff that you can learn and try out on the EUC. And it just looks and feels so cool. So these are the reasons, in my experience, why you should buy an electric unicycle. And if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. Also, you know, the V11 review coming soon. And I'll see you in the next episode. See you soon.